torturous, this, isn't it, watching them all? Although it's obviously highly entertaining for the avid followers of the commentary.
Might be tedious for you because you've been up all night watching them anyway. Mike and I haven't seen these for 30 years.
That's right. Oh, upside down.
That was a good piece of comedy from me.
Yeah.
Running out of Lord Dunning's pheasant wood just before Thwaites shot himself.
Had you autographed that photograph, Mike, do you know?
I didn't. It's got no value, I'm afraid.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Mine are going for a £5 on eBay.
Oh.
So, yeah, autographed photographs of me a £5.
What?
Oh.
And I've got 2,000 of them at home.
Oh.
All originals.
£5?
God.
Did you know that?
No.
Oh, yeah. How do you think I make a living nowadays?
That's what Dave Prowse said. He does it for 25 quid a shot. But then he is Darth Vader.
Oh, right, here we go,
right,
the
here we
credits.
Yes.
Where are you now, PVC? Let's have a look.
No, not the
Where-
credits. No, this is the reprise.
Oh,
not the
This is the
credits.
reprise. Sorry,
yes.
you're right.
Let's have a look where the face comes.
Mike, you've got a really smiley one.
Ah, you
haven't
see, he's up first. Tyso's up first.
Oh,
He
what?
wasn't up first. I've been up there already.
Oh, yeah,
just
no,
don't
no.
notice.
You have. No, you were first, and then Liz.
No, you were there.
So why are you down
No, I
there?
get two.
fourth.
I'm in twice.
Look,
Ah.
Liz is... No. One law.
Look, he's in twice. I'm in twice. Cool.
Mike's in
Ooh,
twice.
Mike's in twice. You only got
Which
one.
prohibits them equally from stealing. Oh, this is a lengthy reprise, isn't it? Oh, no.
No,
No, this is new now.
I have a warrant to search this house.
I beg your pardon, my lord. They refused to wait until I could...
He's walking all right.
he's
now,
walking all right now, isn't he? His foot's fine.
No, my lord.
Let's hope they've forgotten that from last
You
week.
recognise that boy?
No, should I?
He was seen running out of your pheasant wood just before Thwaites shot himself.
I did not shoot... yes, I shot myself. Yes, I did. Really, Inspector? What has this got to do with me?
There's something going on up there.
Of course, thinking about it, Tim was doing an Inspector Clouseau, an English Clouseau. That's what he was doing, wasn't it? It is a reprise. It's a very lengthy
No,
reprise.
they've gone back into the
been
church.
captured again.
I see.
Locked up
Oh,
again.
right.
I've been thrown away again, you see. Locked away the key.
So there's a subtle difference in your performance.
So we
Get
have
Carter,
reason to
isn't it?
believe this boy may be someone in this house, possibly being detained against his will.
Red, you must be mad. I shall speak to the chief constable about this, and you will end up pounding a beat.
I think we've wasted enough time already, Inspector. Shall we start searching?
Go on in, shoot me.
Standoff.
Tough, eh? Tough. Ooh. See?
Oh,
Oh, well, why doesn't he?
because is he
You
doing...
couldn't shot me anyway. If I can open locks on doors, I can certainly stop your gun.
Yes,
from-
you've got a force field round you,
Go on,
haven't you?
try. Pull the trigger.
Ah, it didn't work there, did it, Mike, hey? That was an idea that backfired, so to speak.
Yes. Kind of phrase.
I never thought if Dad coming, I'd be glad to see a copper.
Oh, we tried to be of service, son.
Who are these three people then?
Exactly.
Your mother and your sister can't speak to you because it would cost them more money. Isn't
Exactly.
It? Have to pay them-
Non-speaking parts.
Not walk-on rates.
Firearms. Oh, yes. There'd be no butlers to battle for you where you're going. And there'd be no sewer
Obviously never heard of Lord Archer in those days, have they?
Inspector, I don't think we should be quite so hasty.
That's right.
I'm not being hasty. And what do you mean?
I wonder if I could have a quiet word with you. A security matter.
Oh, security. Yes, of course. All right, you two. Hop along.
Oh, his leg is... Ah,
You remembered then, didn't
he
you?
remembered it then, yeah.
No, Inspector.
Probably the other leg.
Hobble.
It's unnatural, isn't it? Your mother's not saying a blooming word. Look.
She's in shock. That's why.
Yeah.
She can't believe what's happened. That's right.
Could it have anything to do with the
Devastated.
way you open locks?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And this isn't my mother.
I've never met her before.
I've never met before in my life. Who are they?
Inspector, you must have heard of that man on television who bends forks.
Yes, fascinated.
Ben's
You know,
forks.
my wife, she always says, if he comes to tea, he better bring his own fork.
Yes, quite. Well, young Mike here can do similar things.
God.
It's my belief that with practice
Or as
and
Paddy
training,
said, where's me fork
you'll
and
be able to
knife?
do much more, very much more.
I'd be a
fork
fork
and
and
nose.
nose.
In the national interest, that all this be kept secret.
Oh, yes, of course, but what's this got to do with the case against Dunning?
If Lord Dunning's case should come to court, all this will come out. Foreign powers will find out.
It's the delivery. I love your delivery, Nick.
Do you really?
Yes.
Get off scot-free.
Well, I couldn't do that, you see. Wouldn't make any sense. It'd be one line and one
Mike's
breath.
sake and for ours.
You actually breathe when you act.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh, I think you were pretty good. You managed to get your tongue around most words, as long as there wasn't a T and an H in it.
That's right. Yes, that's true.
Oh,
Oh,
there's Tyso again.
There's Tyso again.
Oh, he's got a line. Look.
I reckon I'll get on alright with him.
Yeah, is your type, Tyso?
What do you mean?
Bit of a crook.
Yeah.
A disgraceful remark to make just because
Yeah,
of the
so just-
Jippo.
no,
I
just-
think it's outrageous.
Let's say.
Chippos are like EastEndern lads, are they? Oh, thieves.
Sorry. How's it coming along with Mike?
Oh, fine. We're teaching him how to jaunt, leaving the telepathy till last.
Oh, good. No signs of the usual problem. You know, the difficulties we all had when we broke out.
No, I think we're going to be all right this time. But there is one problem, though.
Oh, what's that?
There's no more
Yeah,
lines for
Mike's
me.
a bit sore.
Great Tyso's got to go.
You know, Mike's mum got 3 months in Holloway without the option, just for nicking a few cans of food from the local supermarket.
He thinks it's the case of one law for the rich and another for the poor.
Oh,
The
you got the title.
Stephen, as I recall,
Oh.
is one law for rich and poor alike, which prohibits them equally from stealing bread and sleeping under bridges.
What's that mean?
Means that if you're rich, you don't have to steal bread or sleep under bridges. So the law only applies to the poor and the hungry.
Yeah, you can say that again.
The law only applies to the poor and the
Oh,
hungry.
shut up.
Yes, yes, great. Well, when do you think Mike's going to be ready to come to the lab and meet Tim?
In a day or two.
So you were
Probably round the back.
In a day or two, yeah.
So
Maybe
you
we'll
got-
give it a couple of months, eh?
about to the end of the series.
Maybe, yes. Maybe the late 80s, I reckon.
Exactly.
Just about done by then.
Just his background, Steve.
Put a borrowing contract for 10 years on you.
We'll leave the telepathy to last. Clever idea, Stephen.
Something back from us.
Ah, standing in front of his ancestor, the first Lord Dunning.
That picture would have cost quite a lot of money. That would have been quite a chunk out of the budget.
How come he's got released all of a sudden?
Well, you've not been following the plot, have you?
No, I haven't, not at all.
You admired my line so much you didn't listen to it.
Ah,
The whole point was that foreign powers would find out if he went to prison.
I see. Yeah.
Now that's true. What do you want?
I've been thinking.
Slice the action, eh? Yeah.
About.
You and me. What I could do for you, and what you could do for me.
Go on.
Where did you have your acting lessons, Mike?
You got contacts.
Anna Sher, one of the best.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well,
And you, Peter?
I've got.
Picked it up as I
Went along.
ambled through life.
College of Life.
College of Life, yes.
But not
Just
me.
read the lines.
Not you working.
You're
for
just a
me.
natural.
A natural. Yeah.
Partners like.
Lord Dunning.
Thank you.
Actually, I went to Anna Shares as well for a little while.
Yes, another speechless role here.
Yeah.
And she was the teacher.
She's going for it.
Ah, nice one.
She wasn't
She
even
can't
allowed
even
to
scream.
can't even-
It costs money.
And the food went right between us.
You didn't want it on your jacket, probably. You probably said, don't get any of that on my jacket.
I think I've got a bit on my sleeve.
It's still there, Peter, look.
It's
It's on your jacket now.
no, that's not food stains. Oh, he's got it on his face.
I think you saw it
What do you
coming.
want, anyway? I don't think she'll be back, you know. I'm sure she'll never be back. Then what am I going to do for my lunch, eh?
We'll fix something up.
Well, canary's quite nice if you cook it right.
Yeah.
Too hard.
You'll be there with Meals on Wheels every day.
He's a cat.
It has always been the dream of my life to see a fairy.
Let's look around the studio, pal.
Exactly.
Look at that, it's proposed.
Go to Brighton Beach.
Yes, it's probably not the best.
Well, any idea where he is then?
Now would a fairy be telling me where he's going all the time?
I don't know
Quick cut
about
to
that
Mike.
kind of line.
Son of Michael. He's not at home.
Don't ask me, Stephen. You said yourself Michael isn't telepathic yet.
You silly old puff.
Did you try the chip?
No, that's Tyso. Never
What does
mind,
puff
I'll
mean?
walk
Well,
upstairs.
that's your
I'm not
telepathic
familiar with that
acting, isn't
phrase.
it?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It was very good telepathic acting, actually.
Very dreadfully sorry
Actually,
to disturb you.
Peter was best at the telepathic acting, there's no doubt. He never forgot his line.
That's very true, yes.
And he had more expressions than Michael Caine.
So when you were doing that, did they play it back in over the studio so you knew when to stop telepathic acting?
I think they did.
Yeah, it came
They
through
did.
the.
I think they just did a
Fallback monitors.
120-minute shot of Peter and dropped it in as appropriate. You know,
No, I've got my hands on my hips again. Stop it, Vaughan Clark.
occasionally somebody would prod him just to get a different facial reaction.
Down the chippy most of the afternoon with some mates of mine. I was just.
But wherever he wasn't down the chippy. Tell you about it
Something fishy about that chippy remark.
You want to keep your job shut up.
An actor who knows his place.
No, you ain't showed me out yet, have ya? What were you saying about me?
We weren't saying nothing about you, Mike. It was about Oda Riley.
I mean, no wonder everybody speaks so badly nowadays if they were brought up on this sort of dialogue.
Yeah, come on, real laugh.
Real laugh. We frightened the hell out of her.
What was that you were doing there? That's interesting.
Credit card, is that?
Yeah.
Getting some money out
50 quid.
50 quid out of Tim.
Actually, Tim's not saying much in this.
No, he's not in it at all at the moment, is he?
Which shows you how we don't really need him, doesn't it?
I saw Lord Dunning's Rolls Royce today, and Mike was getting out of it.
What? Where?
At the flats.
Lord Dunning's Rolls Royce?
Yeah,
Mike?
carry on repairing without looking at it. It's very clever.
Yes.
Lord Dunning
Well, you are a tomorrow
warned to leave
person.
Mike
Yeah,
alone.
do that.
Yeah, Mike been lying to us about where he'd been.
Well, did you challenge him? Let him know that you knew he was lying?
No. Well, I didn't think it was a
I
good
think
idea
you're,
at this stage.
Peter, you're slowly undoing more buttons on your
Yes, I know. It's actually going
It's a
very dangerous.
In a rather desperate attempt to stay in the show. I think. In the next scene, his flies are undone.
Here's my impression of an elephant, Roger. Hey, what do you think? Another episode? Maybe not.
Didn't work, did it?
Well, I think he thought, what worked in the first series might work in the fourth. Oh, another ancestor on the wall. You're quite right. Expensive oil
Now,
paintings.
have you got the diagram for the alarm system at that point?
That's quite a nice set, actually,
Yeah,
that
it
room.
is. They're floor plans. They're studio floor plans they're looking at.
That's probably the lab he's looking at, isn't it?
Yeah, it's camera angles.
It is, isn't
I
it?
really think you can cut out all those
I'm rerouting all the CUs, the close-ups. I'm just
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I think you've got your lines written on that piece of paper, haven't you?
Yes.
To the National Victoria
I had to have them on the
Makes you
back.
change from on your cuff, yes.
You know,
as well. I didn't want to.
everything I picked up had a line on.
You weren't. You weren't thinking of doing the same to me, were you? I don't want to seem untrusting, but it's just.
Now
that I-
look, I've told you. I'll go everywhere you go. I'll go through every door with you. We'll be handcuffed together.
Of course.
Besides, you're not an idiot. You're the top man, Mr. Big.
Or flatterer.
They stay out of the league and ain't got what's coming.
I'd
You
trust
used
him,
the same lines on Roger Price, do you remember? Particularly the bit about being chained to him with a handcuff, I think. Or was that Dean Lawrence? may have been what gave him the idea. I can't. Yes. Must have hired that from the local wedding company.
It
that
must
role.
be, yeah.
It's probably got tin cans on the back of it.
White Rolls Royce.
That's what I'm saying. It's hired from the local wedding.
Yes, it's very odd, isn't it?
It's very tacky for a lord, I must say.
Here's to our adventure, eh?
Goodbye, Mr. Dunning. We'll make a great team, you and me.
Look after him, Thwaites. He's very valuable.
So he can drive with his shot.
Well, I was just wondering whether it was the accelerator or the brake foot that was shot to rest.
That's an automatic roll.
Ah.
That's a very good, very well hidden there, weren't we?
You got your jumper on again, Pete. you
Yes,
see?
I know. It's very strange.
And they never
shape-changing.
picked it up once. Isn't it extraordinary? The times you've switched that jumper.
Just
But
goes
now,
backwards and
now you
forwards.
know you can't help but notice, can you?
I think people were spellbound by the acting.
Well, they did, yes. Who's going to look at the, don't look at the shoes.
There is a famous saying, if they're looking at your shoes, there's something wrong with the acting.
That's right.
Which is obviously why we're fascinated by his jacket.
Nothing. What happens between me and Dunning is my business.
Ah, the old 70s medallion man. Look at that round the neck there.
Think so. All
What was on that medallion? Do you know, Mike? Can you remember?
That was a
St. Christopher?
Aquarius sign.
Aquarius.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
That was an Aquarius sign.
And that's where I'm going right now.
Mike, I don't want you to go anywhere.
You
And in
tell
fact,
him.
that reminds me of a continuity shot where I caused havoc because Mazzy Jones, who was Roger's PA, bought me a little silver drum kit, and I had it on earlier in this. And I arrived at the shoot without it, and it had to be got to continue shooting.
So they were worried about that, but didn't bother about
Exactly.
Peter's jacket. Right?
But I do remember that. I do
I
remember
think
that.
they were, because more people were looking at Mike than they were at Pete by now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no one's really going to notice a
I
jacket.
think the word is apathy, isn't it?
Tim, where did he go? Give me the coordinates.
Oh, great. He's buggered off to hyperspace. Marvellous.
And there was another occasion early on in this when I was playing the trumpet and I was up to grade 5. This is absolutely true. And I arrived for filming. I really don't know what episode it would have been. And Roger came flying down the steps and said, "What's that mark on your lips?" Because I was practising for an exam.
That was your excuse, anyway.
And it was
so after you'd given you the tissue...
Who is he?
That was genuinely, that was the trumpet. And he said, "Right, no filming." So I was sent off to the Richmond Gate Hotel. This is a true story, to stay there. And I couldn't come back until it sort of settled down. And I gave up the trumpet. And I've still got that trumpet at home today.
I think I've heard him blowing his trumpet since then, haven't you?
That's a
the last 30 years.
Oh, stun gun. I love those stun guns. What are you doing? Oh, yes.
Doing tying tin cans to his bumper.
Bug it.
Ah, putting something up his exhaust.
Go on, jump in the boot.
That's a very dramatic shot of Liz.
Now, why is he looking? Oh, he's checking the tyres.
Yes.
Why couldn't John have had a gun as well?
I was stunning enough with that one, I think.
Well, it's obviously disappeared, hasn't he, Liz?
Oh.
Really?
Gosh, I think that's the
that
first
was
time you've laughed.
Fall for that old one.
Behind you.
Very panto.
Oh dear, sounds like a Ford Mondeo,
Dear
doesn't it?
me.
Where do you think they're going?
Get back to the lab and find out.
My hair's distinctly longer there, can you see?
Yeah.
Very bad continuity.
Oh, don't open the brolly.
Now, why is the telephone green but the handset black?
Wife's got the dinner in the oven.
Different phone.
Oh, yes.
No, it's the same phone.
Put him through.
Look.
No, it's not.
Oh, I see.
no,
it's
something else.
I thought that was the ecologically sound telephone.
Of course I can hear you. What? This is quite simple. Look, I'm not stupid, you know.
Yes, it's definitely Inspector Clouseau, isn't it?
Right. Yes, I'll make a note. Yes. Fine. I'll be there. Yes. Don't worry. And thank you for your tip-off. Information. Goodbye.
Who was that you just called him?
Anonymous tip-off man.
Ah, it's Mike, isn't it? Isn't it? Or
Was that Mike on the phone?
because aren't you setting them up?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
There is a setup going
There
on,
is a
isn't there?
setup going on, but I'm not.
Did you get that other subtle piece there? His name is Burke.
Hmm?
He said his name is Burke, as in Pratt.
Really?
And how?
Where's this?
The American Union Bank.
In Turnham Green, by the looks of it.
They can't afford much of a sign.
Oh. Night shoot, though. Ooh.
Yeah.
It really doesn't sound very healthy, that Rolls Royce,
No,
does it?
it doesn't.
Who's in there?
Ah,
It's
there
not
he
as,
is.
not as healthy as mine, anyway.
Dear God.
As you do at that time of night.
Yeah, play ball.
Oh, very subtle. Yeah.
Looks like a fire exit, doesn't it?
Just casually
It's-
pling ball
As you
at
do.
the middle of the
Open up-
night.
Yeah, open up a bank, playing ball.
Nowadays he'd be having his graffiti, spraying graffiti all over the place, wouldn't he?
And of course, a white Rolls Royce driving round isn't going to attract attention at all.
Not
is
at
it?
all.
Lord Dunning making a small deposit.
Oh dear.
Could anything be more unsubtle?
Must be the rear entrance. I mean, you would expect
You would expect a
grand portico,
yes,
wouldn't
and a
you?
hole in the wall and everything.
But mind you, if you are going to break into a bank, you would
Go
do
in
it
the
through
back way,
door, wouldn't you?
yeah.
The police have got it staked out with one policeman.
Oh, he's hamming it up, isn't he? Bless him.
Well, he's being encouraged. That's the trouble.
He really was
as I
being.
say,
Roger loved it, didn't he?
And you have to.
Ealing comedy, it would have been fine.
Yes.
And if you're going to do that, you might as well completely go for it. I
Yeah.
suppose.
I mean, Peter gave a similar performance.
Are you impressed? See, that's what I was putting
Without being
together on that
asked.
table. Look, there you are.
What were you doing?
That's what I was putting together on that table, that map on that wall.
Oh, right, yeah.
It may have no connection.
Ah, Tim is speaking at last.
Back of the American Union.
Ah, at the back. It was at
Yes.
the back. Oh,
Was the rear
thank
entrance.
God we
I
cleared that up.
thought. Yes.
What a relief.
What a relief.
Mike could be helping him. No, he can't be. I mean, he is one of us.
He's a crook, John. Don't take him in. Trust me.
At least he's not
He's
a
a
man.
bad un. He's a bad egg.
Behind that door is a fortune, a king's ransom ready for the picking, eh?
Right.
Wonder why Lord Dunning needs a fortune if he's supposed to be so
Exactly.
fabulously
Yeah,
wealthy.
maybe he's just down in his luck.
Something to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm surprised that bag doesn't have swag written on it.
Yeah. Is that bag big enough to take the fortune? That's the thing.
No.
No, it's not, you see. Look at that.
No.
Look at that money, Thwaites.
Indeed.
My lord.
Let me remind you of the boy.
Oh, yes. Well, it's better to be safe than sorry, eh, Michael? And you did agree to it.
Yeah.
Come.
Have difficulty explaining that as he's walking down the street, won't he? Chained to a boy.
In the middle of the night.
Going to the cottage.
Well done, Michael. Thank you for your telephone call.
It was you.
You see.
Inspector, or we'll blow his head off.
Oh.
Let's go blow it. Oh.
What the?
Oh, that was a different type of jaunt, wasn't it?
Oh, that was a good one, actually. That was quite a quick one.
No matter. There's an interesting comment.
No, so fast.
Dun dun dun.
Very.
Oh,
that was
that's
a
it.
Very clever special effect.
I love those stun guns.
They're good, aren't they?
They're actually using them for real nowadays. That's a scary thing.
Yes.
And that's the
Very
same
difficult-
effect as that.
Very
to be
difficult
funny
for the
enough.
poor actor to have to stand rigid like that all the time, isn't it? I mean, I know you didn't find it difficult, Peter, but it's...
I had it. I actually move around quite a lot, actually.
No, I wasn't talking offset. I meant...
Why, Mike? We just don't understand. Just tell us why you did it.
I wanted Lord Dunning to get his comeuppance. I wanted the inspectors to nick him for something to be bound to get a long time in prison for.
Yeah, well, it would have been nice if you'd told us what you were up to.
I didn't think you'd like it. I mean, you seem a pretty straight bunch to me.
Well, I was. I don't know about Peter.
Yeah,
well, we all are.
I found out differently.
You are a tomorrow person, Mike.
Damn, you say.
Damn.
Oh, this is it.
Oh, Tim, you're even giving him his own belt.
Yes.
Don't give him anything.
You might as well give them yours, Peter.
That's right. Here's mine. I'm off to the trig.
That's great.
And the suspenders and stockings, Tim? Could hand over one of your products, thank you. Now the initiation ceremony.
What was the one where we ended up on the Mediprobe table with our underpants? And it was in the sun and the mirror.
No, you're fantasising.
No, there is an
After
episode.
my
No,
time.
that was the audition, Mike.
Oh, that's right.
I think that was the bubble skin jumpsuit.
There was definitely one where I was in
And the Mediprobe was...
on the Mediprobe table with a...
That's right.
cut.
Well, that was unbelievable.
Very dramatic, that.
Very, very.
Building up to your big ending, Peter.
My big ending comes later, actually.
Yes.
I thought you
What episode did you leave in, Pete, officially? Well, I can't remember. Was it
the next?
Hey, look at that title there. Debbie thought the director's daughter was your sister. Debbie Thorpe.
Debbie Thorpe,
Yes,
really?
Debbie Thorpe, yeah.
That's interesting.
Nepotism, that is.
Well spotted. Leon
Director
Thorpe.
Leon Thorpe,
There you
there
go.
you are.
I remembered that well, though. He was a lovely man. I liked Leon.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
We know how you got the part, don't we?
at the end, thank you very much, guys.
I'm still walking with a limp.
Thank you.